All right, guys, so we're gonna check out a Goodwill. The Goodwill I usually frequent. I got a tip from one of the people that worked there that they were gonna be putting out a bunch of Xbox, Wii games, things like that this morning. Well, he said around 12 o'clock. So I'm heading in there now. I'll get there a little after 12 and hopefully they are out. If not, I guess I'll wait. I don't know. He seemed very adamant that he was gonna be getting them out today around the afternoon time. So I work at 3. I'm gonna hit a couple shops and hope that that Goodwill does end up delivering. So we shall see. We are at the Goodwill that is supposed to have a bunch of video games out soon, hopefully already, but we shall see. I really don't want to hang around here for an hour or two, so hopefully they got them. Let's see what they got. All right, guys, so they haven't put them out yet, but the guy that gave me the tip just came out. He saw me, and he said he just got them all priced, and he's getting ready to bring them out. So I am excited. Hopefully they have some cool stuff.
I'll just let you blast through them.
You're the best. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it.
Whichever ones you don't want, just leave on top and we'll get it.
Man, thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, let's dig in.
Once I saw that come through, I was like, oh.
Wow, yeah, there's a lot in here. All right.
So I was like, that should fill our case.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this many games at one time at a Goodwill.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the most before this I've ever gotten was like 4 or 5.
Yeah, exactly. That's the most I ever see. Well, thanks again, man.
No,
You're the best. What's your name again, man?
Eric.
Eric, I'm Mike.
You need a basket?
Will do. Thanks, man. I'm just gonna put together a maybe pile and then check the condition. So. Alright, guys. As you can see, there's a bunch of games in here. Nothing to light the world on fire.
Help me a second, sir. You can call that door.
Yeah, of course.
This little Y up here.
Yeah, I got you. Yep. No problem. Alright, so a lot of pretty run-of-the-mill stuff, but we still got a bunch to go through. FIFA World Cup. Yeah, it's mostly sports games. It's a very generic collection, sadly. Double Agent. Don't know if I have that one. Alright, let's... Oh, a lot of garbage here. A lot of garbage. Distance one sometimes could fetch something. Sorry. Wind up the angle a bit. Intro last light. That's kind of cool. Remember getting this Christmas morning for like 2001. What a shame. Okay.
three of those, but I want the case. Oh, okay. Okay. There's a bunch of empty ones like Janet.
So creepy.
But I have this gold experience.
And
Cases from it. I'm like, it's rare to even find that CD, so somebody knew that.
I'm not spending $4 on a Pirates game. Crazy.
Are there some in peace?
Oof.
Yeah, this
Arkham City. I actually need Arkham City, so that is cool. $5 is a bit out there, but Vegas. Some boots. Some nice Adidas right there, actually. $20. 7.5. It's a small foot. Susan's cream. Oh. Epic Mickey. I'm not sure if I have that one. Alright, and the last stack here. Battlefront, I'll check. Favorites. Battlefront 1, 2, 3 for the PC. Take a look. And then we have some PC games, and they're all the same. This is the most generic collection I've ever seen. But I'll see what I'm taking here. Alright guys, so not the best collection in the world. They were really destroyed, overpriced, and basically sports games, AAA titles, and fitness games. So yeah, but I did grab a fat stack. You'll have to wait till the end of the video to find out what I grabbed. But for now, we're checking out the newish Goodwill. Let's see if they've got anything exciting. Might be able to sell that. I'm not sure. You never know with the music DVDs. Doesn't look like they have too many new things out. Gotta check that. Interesting. Yeah, pretty much the same stuff. Bunch of Disney VHS here. Alright, well, that was a quick little stop, but I'm gonna see if these are worth picking up to sale. Alright guys, we're gonna check out this little place called Pink Flamingo Thrift and Gift. I don't think I've ever filmed this place, but I find movies here occasionally. I stop maybe a few times a year. So let's hope they've got something. Oh, she actually has quite a few movies today. Now these are usually a few bucks, usually not too bad. Sidney Lumet, yeah, no doubt. I've never even heard of that one. Kitchen Stories. California. That on Blu-ray, but I don't know if the DVD's fetching anything. Skateboard Kid 2. I was gonna say it looks 90s. Yeah. Missed that one growing up. Very thin. Might have that one. Blue Butterfly. I'll check it. Never heard of a lot of these. Bastard out of Carolina. Bridge of St. Louis Ray. I think I had that. Only the Fifth Criterion. Olivier. Wow. Orlando. Sally Potter film. Land in Sight. Children on their birthdays. Wow, there's a bunch of films here I've never even heard of. Mom, can I keep her? Fred Olin Ray. Good old Fred Olin Ray. still fetches a few bucks. I'm glad I stopped today. A lot of cool looking movies here. Hillary and Jackie. China Moon. Billboard Dad. Sealed. Might be able to sell that. As you guys know, the Olsen twins movies tend to fetch a bit. Oh, here's an Anchor Bay. Tender Mercies. Never even heard of that. Here we have another Criterion DVD. Duke and the Duke. A lot of historical period pieces. Actually a fictional. It's actually a narrative film. Brighton Beach Memoirs. Wow, Image. Good Times release. Oh yeah, I'm gonna hit that next. Thank you. I'll let you know. Yeah, this is my maybe pile. I go through it again to see what I need.
Right, I was gonna say if you need a stool, there's.
Oh, I appreciate it.
That one and.
Okay. You're too kind.
It's a fine seat to use.
Sounds good. I should be all right, but I'm good. I'll grab it if I need it. Or if you want to
sit, if that's what I was gonna say. If you do need a box.
Sounds good.
I can sit it there.
All right, I'll let you know. Thank you so much. Alright, and coming up here to the Blu-rays.
Yes, right here.
Meatballs. Yeah, crappy ones there. March the Penguins. Romeo and Juliet Blue. I think I have that. Oh my god, finally. A copy of Identity on Blu-ray. $4 is a bit much, so I'm being picky with these. I do want to see this. I just watched the original Manchurian Candidate and blew me away. Okay. Wow. I'm gonna have to slim down on this. This is exciting. I haven't had a haul like this in a while, and I did not expect to run into a haul like this today. But the best things happen when you least expect them. Woods. This looks like more kids stuff. Kids geared, family geared. Run of the mill. $2. Yeah, 101 Dalmatians live action from the 90s is fetching quite a bit these days. Weird stuff over here. Suddenly, had a conversation about this movie recently. This looks like a crappy release, though. Antonio. Oh wow, Jack Nicholson. Oh, is it $1? Is it 39? I don't know. Black Swan, Premonition. It's funny, over on the other side, it was like all the hard to find stuff. The Libertine. $1.50. Prices are inconsistent, but that's okay. Henry V still fetches a bit. Oh my God, what a 90s collection here. I love it. I'm not taking all these, obviously. I need to go through them again. Yada is Kanaba in the moonlight. What? Okay. Don't know what that's about. Gun, car, and a blonde. I have that one. Sometimes these opera ones fetch a little bit. This summer, not sure about that one. Okay, and up there, I don't want to make it too obvious that I'm filming. Ooh, Frank Sinatra film. I don't know if I have that. After watching The Manchurian Candidate, I am a Frank Sinatra fan when it comes to acting, as well as music. Last but not least, Beauty and the Beast, Brooklyn Zoo, Life Castle, the choice. All right. Well, I've got some research to do. All right, guys, so we got lucky at the Pink Flamingo. Give you a quick overview of what I picked up. Lots of cool stuff, lots of obscure, out of print, hard to find. I'm gonna make my money back with that Entourage set alone. Spent 50 bucks even on all these, so about $2 a piece. Not bad at all. All right, we're heading into the Goodwill. I'm sorry, the Restore before work. Clearly it's not the Goodwill. And we're gonna see what they got. They got some, looks like some new free books. Wine Skins, Church Structure and Technological. Wine Skins. Men are like that, and that's the way it is. Tom Clancy, executive orders, eh? Snag that. Probably for the bookstore I work at, but I want to read some Clancy. I think I'd start with Rainbow Six, though. Just because, you know, I'm out playing the games. Ooh, Sophocles. That's cool to see. More Clancy. Macaroni. Now, discover your strengths. I know you guys, I usually don't show you guys me looking at books, but this is before I go in, so. Stranger in the Woods. And I know some of you guys like books. The Shack. Bible trivia. Fuck yeah! Aftershock. Take yourself a profit. The world's gonna end. Global meltdown. Everything's going to shit. Let's see. Night Watches. Come on. There's gotta be something else of worth in here. There's a bunch of garbage. Arlen Corbin. Double agent. Alright, well, we're gonna go outside. See what they got in here. Hey, what's going on, man? Excuse me. Oh, great. Looks like they have the same movies they've had for, oh, I don't know, a year? No, there's a couple new ones here. Let's see. Meryl Streep collection. Maybe that's fetching something. I'm not the biggest Meryl Streep guy. She's great sometimes. Class Action. I don't think I have this little court drama here. Maybe. Okay. Spoke too soon. Dissing the old Restore. Nothing against the Restore. It's just sometimes They go weeks without taking any movies, or getting any movies. I don't know what their practices are. Postman always rings twice. Oh wow, the original. I thought, wasn't there a Jack Nicholson version of this? I should look into this. I've seen neither. Cheetah Girls, sweet. Dirty Dancing 20th Anniversary Edition. We're at 1600, some Wesley Snipes 90s political action movie. Like Arrows. Like Arrows. Okay, what do we got down here? One lone Blu-ray. Probably one of the most common Blu-rays. The Hunger Games ones. Alright, well, I'm gonna take a look at these and see what I'm taking. Not that one. Not that one. Oh, well, we got some free VHS out here outside the Restore. Above the Law. I'll take that. House Party 2. Woo. Wow. The 90s folks here that I've never even seen on DVD or VHS. Oh, I doubt it. Oh my god. On VHS. Hardball, I saw that movie in the theaters. Rain of Fire, awesome movie. Got a bunch more stuff up here. Little Rascals, Queens of Comedy, The Wood, Booty Call. Donald Duck, Blow. Okay, Money Train, Color Purple. A couple cool ones. I'm gonna take these three for free. Alright, we're gonna take a look at the Goodwill. See what they got. And they've got copyrighted music. Sometimes this place does, sometimes they don't. Here's a little stack of movies that I noticed was new-ish looking. U2 concert film, which was worth nothing. But always look up the concert films, guys, if you're interested, obviously. And if you're not, some of them fetch quite a bit of money. Dr. Quinn, I thought that was the complete series, but it was not. And then over here, I spot The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So excited. As you can see, I'm shaking a little bit there out of excitement, purposefully. But this is a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde adaptation that I've been wanting to see for a long time, from the late 60s with Jack frickin' Palance. Here's a little 6-movie collection, the American Tail films, and then a whole bunch of garbage, pure garbage. Here we have more garbage that I was considering checking to see if it was saleable, but it was not. Ninja Assassin on Blu-ray there. That's a pretty fun action flick. Not bad. Very Americanized, but not bad. Americanized in terms of like Hong Kong action. And over here we've got The Founder, but I decided against that one. And over to this little stack here, we've got The Phenom, which is a baseball movie I have some interest in, but I ended up passing on it this time around. And over here, what did I just grab? I didn't even see it. Oh my god, I'm going too quick for even me. No Limit Kids. I thought that was like Master P's No Limit. It might be. I don't know. But I don't think it is. So we've got a small stack growing. I guess that was Natural Born Killers. Grind. Here's one that I've been keeping an eye out for. I like me a good skater movie. I was never a skater myself, so I live vicariously through the very cool, radical skaters of the 90s and aughts. Here's another stack here. We've got a couple VHS on top there. Treasure Planet. Preaching to the Sisters. Yeah. Not my kind of film, but I had never heard of it before, that's for sure. Over here we have 3 Days to Vegas, which is a flick with a whole bunch of OG actors that seems interesting. It could be crap, but we'll give it a shot. More run-of-the-mill stuff. There's Lassie from the 90s. What's it, 95 that one came out, if I'm not mistaken? Yeah, I'm not a fan of dog movies. Alice in Wonderland. That one's from the 80s, I believe. Mid-80s, 85, 86, something like that. Never seen that adaptation, but I figured I could sell it for a few, and I picked it up for that reason. Going through this stack here, we have a Joan Rivers Blu-ray. How exciting, eh? This woman was encroaching upon my space hardcore, so I had to keep my distance. This one I ended up picking up to sell, 10 items or less. We've got Hee Haw, which I never know if I should pick those up or not. Here's some weird Walmart exclusive Peter Pan sequel? I don't know. This is where I check out the hee-haw, but I never know what the hell this is. Any of you guys know what that is, what that show is? Is it animated? Is it a variety show? What the hell was it? I guess I could buy it and find out for myself, but that's what you guys are for. And here we have House of Cards Season 2 or something. Sealed, which I thought maybe I could sell, but no. A lot of the run-of-the-mill popular TV shows are not worth much. It's the obscure ones that you want to grab. Or the late seasons. Those are sometimes fetching a bit. We got like hunting DVDs and crap. And most of this stuff is just the same stuff that's been here for ages. Back here we do have Endless Summer 2, which always fetches me a few bucks. And Plan 9 from Outer Space, which I actually gifted to a friend who showed interest. A guy I work with named John. What's up, John? Here we have a little triple feature, Jennifer Aniston triple feature. I was like, maybe I'll look that up. Then I was like, nah. My intuition tells me it's not worth it. Coming over to the next stack. Original Gangster. There's a Dollar Tree one. And just more run-of-the-mill stuff. Barry Manilow. Guy I used to work with used to say that Barry Manilow looked like a baby deer. That's all I think of when I see Barry Manilow. Annie, I picked that one up to flip. A few bucks. It only takes me a couple minutes to sell these things, so, you know, it's $3-4 profit. It adds up for me, and it's part of my livelihood. There's a nice little Blue Streak National Security double feature there. There's the Point Break remake, I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's the original, I'm not sure. What the bleep do we know? Garbage. Set it off. Love that movie. Here we have a Jean-Claude Van Damme 4-pack. Not a bad 4-pack, but it wasn't fetching anything, so I passed on it. And we've got Mamma Mia, La-dee-doo-dee-doo. East of Eden, another one I thought I could flip, but ended up not picking it up. So yeah, I mean, this is how I do things. I compile a pile of movies that I think I could sell. I'll have to look up, and then I spend 5 minutes looking them up just to see if they're worth it to sell. And if I can make $3-4 profit, to me it's worth it. I know to most people it wouldn't be, but, you know, like I said, this is part of how I make money. The Craft. I love The Craft. Of course, I have it on Blu-ray. And, yeah, lots of movies to look at this time, so we're going to keep going for a bit more. It's funny, I've noticed that, you know, when you see a bunch of darker movies, meaning color, like aesthetically, like you see how the binds here are darker, usually those are more male-geared films, with the lighter ones are more like romantic comedies and dramas and things like that. Male-oriented maybe is unfair, but, you know, action movies, hard science fiction, crime, stuff like that. I've noticed that there is something to the color schemes, which is interesting. 5-film collection. This one I picked up, but I missed that it was missing a disc, so I was unable to resell it. I picked it up for payback, essentially. Out of Africa. There's one I've never seen. I picked that up for the collection. Bond. Remember that band? Bond? No. No one remembers that band. Going over here. Vacancy. There's a nice little snuff film, horror film, if you could call it that. It's a horror film about a snuff film. Pretty good. Not bad at all. That's one I haven't seen since it came out, to be fair, but... And, yep, coming down to the wire here, we've got more garbage. George Young? Hostiles. I would have picked up Hostiles if it was Blu-ray. That's what's his name? Scott Cooper. Guy did Out of the Furnace. Here's April Fools. An all-black cast slasher, it looks like. So, I don't know if it's a remake of the original 80s film, but I want to give that one a shot. I didn't know what the hell this was. Still don't. I think it's some religious or spiritual thing. There's a lot of that kind of stuff down here in the Bible Belt. Nothing wrong with it, just not my thing. And over here we have more garbage. Over here we've got an audiobook. Cheetah Girls 2, Fahrenheit 451. Here's one I actually picked up. I would have preferred it on Blu-ray, but the novel by Bradbury is one of my favorite books ever. And so I want to see the film adaptations, which I've yet to see, even the French film from the 60s. So, and here we have Alexander Revisited, which I did pick up to sell, make a few bucks on it. Nothing crazy. And that I didn't know what it was, still don't care. Written in Stone, I think it's more spiritual stuff. And yeah, wow, lots of movies at the Goodwill this time around. and Diary of a Wimpy Kid would have picked it up if it wasn't all beat up. And we're gonna check to see what we're taking. Okay, so it looks like pretty much the same stuff that's been here for a few days at least. Still got some cool VHS. Ooh, these are new. Yeah, these are, I have not seen these. Okay. Sorry, get the angle right here. I think I've seen the rest of these. But these, not so much. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna sit on this dirty ass floor. Oh, I already see something I could sell. Fun little movie here. My father used to love this movie. I enjoy it. Daybreakers, Christmas Rock, Flying Switch Track. Yeah, I've seen this. This seems like a not very official version. Yeah, all region. It's got what, Hindi? I'm not exactly sure. What's this? Asena. Dankus Asena. I have no idea what this is. We got some sealed ones. Some of the more obscure movies, if they're sealed, you can always get something for them. But you gotta make sure it's worth it. I'm glad they got some new movies, because I was expecting the shame. Master with Cracked Fingers, Fist of Fear, Touch of Death, Hotel Rwanda, Last Dragon, nice. Puppet Master, sealed. That's funny. I'll take that. Get a couple sealed Wayne Flex. Probably sell those. Running Mates. I've heard of this, but I've never seen it. Might keep that one for the collection. Prancer. Still sealed. I'd probably get a little something for that. Billy's Boot Camp. Okay. This one. Maybe. CVS. Maybe. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna double check up here, but I don't really see anything that's new. This was all the new stuff they put right down here. I'm gonna take a look at what I'm taking here. I swear they have more and more books every time I come. They're encroaching upon the other media, which I'm fine with. I mean, usually it's a bunch of garbage here. Diamond in the rough once in a while. I know what those colored cases are. There you go. Well, those weren't here a couple days ago, so that's a good sign. Oh, there's some new ones. This is a film, actually, I don't have. Crime film from the 80s. That's kind of cool. Flashdance, Jaws, Dirty Dancing, West Side Waltz. A little water damage, but I'll look it up. Someone to Watch Over Me, Ridley Scott. I have on Blu-ray, so that'll be to sell. I'm assuming that'll fetch a few. How do you know? Seduced. Pretty When You Cry. Jamie Kennedy and Sam Elliott. What is this? 2001 Jack Green. Carlton Elizabeth. Britain's Answer to Angelina Jolie. Okay. Never heard of that one. The Buddy Holly Story. I don't think that one's easy to find. Gary Busey sings all of his own music in this one. Well, he sings Buddy Holly's music, I should say. Cold Fury, Bonnie and Clyde. I'm not sure if I can flip that one. What If? With Dandridge. Yeah, I don't think that's mentioned anything. Marion Man. Nah. be diligent here because we got a couple new stacks. You never know. You never know where they put their new ones. Glimmer Man, hell yeah. I don't think any Seagal movies are really fetching anything these days. Let's see, I guess there's just too many of them out there. Tag, that's what I want to see, but I guess I'd rather find the blue. Mayhem, George of the Jungle tell you. Alright, that's pretty much the same shit. State of Play. I'm interested in that one, but I'll hold out for the blue. Duma. All this garbage I've seen, like literal garbage. Oh, another North and South? Weird. Okay. I'll take it. It's like heaven. Sounds asleep to Emily. What's this? Sarah McLachlan. I know. Doubt that's fetching anything. In the eyes of an angel. I think those are the words. Okay, and then down here, yeah, these were the last ones I saw. And yeah, well, that's gonna do it. Let's take a look at what we are taking. All right, we're in some new ground here. I think I've been to this one before, but I'm hitting a couple shops in Goldsboro, so I'm gonna see if this Dollar Tree has anything exciting.
Thank you.
Don't look too promising. It's kind of interesting, but I think I have it. Weird one to see. The Mad Bomber. Yeah, I think I have these. Kind of not sure if I have that one. Stand up one. Okay, yeah, this is like a real old batch. I might grab this. I'm gonna take a poke around and see if there's any other movie. Yeah, here we are. Okay. All right. Whoa. Whoa. Oh. That one I don't have. Oh, okay. Mad Bomber. I'm pretty sure I have a Mad Bomber. Have a nice few. Don't know what this is. 85? Looks like it's an Italian Western. Spaghetti Western, I think. I don't know about the Mad Bomber. Alright, let's do this strategically here. Sushi. Yasai sushi kudasai. Practicing my Japanese. From the director of Boogeyman, Uli Lomel. Oh boy. I will take that for sure. Bound for Glory I got last time. Garbage, 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 garbage. Garbage, garbage, garbage. Garbage. Abattoir. I'm pretty sure I have Abattoir. I gotta double check. Yeah, I'm done buying shit like this. I'm done, because every time I watch them, I can't even finish them. Blood Sombrero. Well, that's got a fun title, but it's gonna be shitty. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. You're not gonna fool me anymore, Dollar Tree. Weapon, Luther, Mastermind. cheat the hangman. It's so weird to see these Genion releases here. I have a few of them. Not those. Alma Souls, Your Move, Diamond Heist. I'm so tired. This is why I haven't done the Dollar Tree in a while. I'm just burnt out. Burnt out. I swear. Just so much garbage. I don't think I'll do anything else here, but let's just be diligent. Yeah. Same house. Conversations with other women. It's the same. Over and over and over. No Blu-rays. Maybe they all sold. I don't know. Hey. Ambushed. What's that? Looks like a Russian war film here. Croatian War of Independence, 91. Huh. I'll see if that one's getting good ratings. Because if not, I'm not doing it. I trust Letterboxd. More often than not, I'm aligned with Letterboxd. The opinion of Letterboxd as an aggregate. Very seldom do I go against the grain. And I don't say that as like me following, but it's just, that's usually where I land. It's close to the aggregate score. Ip Man Origins. We'll see. We'll see if it's supposed to be okay. What is that? How do you even say that title? OOK9? Double OK9? Oh my god, I hate it. Alright, well I'm gonna check to see what I'm grabbing. We are checking out the Second Fling. You guys have seen this shop a few times. Thrift consignment shop. They always have movies. Let's hope they've got some cool movies. Some neat movies. Hello. And here are the movies. Alright, so this is the place that has like the weird price scheme where the longer it's been here, the cheaper it is. So, let's see what we can find. Sota Caballo y Rey, Horse and King. Fighting with my family. Meeting a Bullet. Wow, that looks no budget. It's gonna be, what the hell's today? 15. It's gonna be like $225. That's not bad. I'll look into it. It's one of those York video ones, so I know it's hard to find. Louis Giglio. About you, John Mellencamp. Huh. Look into that. Bad Moms. Walking Tall with Kevin Sorbo. My Hercules. Kid Fear. The original. That's cool to see. Erwin Winkler. All our egos. Battle of Shaker Heights. I've heard of this. Maybe. Early Shia LaBeouf coming off of Even Stevens. Really hate my job. Well, it's like $1, so we'll see if it's flippable or if it's supposed to be any good. Faith stuff. Heartbreakers. Who's your caddy? What's this? Obras maestras del cine. Masters of cinema. Yeah, it's weird. Weird release there. Picture this. Ashley Tisdale. Oh my god. Flamingo Kid. It's an Anchor Bay release. I don't think this one's going for anything, and I don't think it's something I'm interested in. But I'll double check. Ooh, oh, sealed Robert Englund Phantom of the Opera. That will be flippable. Oh, is this the newest one? Oh, hell yes. Sweet, I've been looking for this. I prefer it on blue, but I will take this one for a couple bucks. Yeah, I've heard really good things about that new Leprechaun. The one before it, I heard was abysmal, so they kind of did another reboot, I guess. I don't know. I don't keep track of these things anymore. I don't care. Again, that was Blu-ray. It's nice. Don't think that's fetching. Flor de Mayo. Maria Felix, Pedro Armendariz, and Jack Palance. You don't say. I'll take a closer look at that one. Ooh. Wow. This might be cool. Might grab that. I'm a big history guy. I don't consider myself a buff yet. I'm trying to graduate to history buff. I know a little bit. Always learning more, though. It's such a vast subject. Alright. Great World of Sound, Out of Towners. Brought in stone by stone. Heaven Can Wait. Yeah, I don't think that's fetching anything. Har's Wife. Greta. Hellbiter, eh? This looks pretty cool, but I don't know. Newer movies, it's like I'll hold out for the blue. Nothing to Lose. That's cool to see. Maybe not underrated, but a solid little buddy comedy. Kind of a buddy cop comedy. Because they sort of become cops as the movie goes along. So that's a weird one. Tim Robbins and Martin Lawrence. Alright, so that's what I've got so far. Yeah, rob them all. Before they were kings. Young Chappelle, Martin Lawrence. About 65. Might be able to flip that. What the hell is this? Gigolo Records. So Juggalo. That's Black Angels. It's cool to see these Warner Brothers Spanish releases here. I believe they're... Let's see if I could figure it out from the names. Yeah, I mean, it's either It's either Spain or Mexico. The disc was made in Mexico, clearly. Jean-Claude. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm gonna grab that one, I think. Huh. Weird. More than a game. Balto. 3 movies. I didn't even know there were 3 Balto movies. Okay. Amazing Wizard of Paws. Brilliant. Just brilliant. Airplane 2. Still Frankie Go Boom. Behind the Waterfall. I wonder if any of these, like, family ones are out of print and hard to find. I mean, I'm sure they're all out of print, but are any valuable? Do you guys know? Religion. Test of faith, inspirational nonsense. Wayne's World 2. Okay, right, a few down here. Okay, well, I'm gonna take a look at what I'm taking out of here. Man, so this place has a lot more space than I originally thought. You walk back and they've got this whole room here. And as you can see, a few VHS. We're gonna take a look. Handmaid's Tale. Wow, I've never seen this version. Let's start a stack here. Did pretty good on the DVDs. I found a couple more behind the counter. I'll show you guys those at the end of the video. Some stuff to sell. I have a feeling copyrighted music will start playing soon. These are all... Yeah, I don't think they're organized in any particular way. Maybe by color or something. Not quite, but almost. So, you know what I'm looking for, guys. I'm looking for stuff that I've never seen on DVD. Yeah, I never heard of that. I'm sure some of these are going to be on DVD, it's just that I've never seen them or heard of them. So I gotta double check. The Favorite. Bill Pullman. Oh, heck. Pretty sure I've seen that one on DVD before. I'm looking for some, like, random horror. Who knows, maybe people know about this spot. Barney, the Love of God. The Love God, sorry, Barney the Love God. Bonnie. Stay tuned on VHS. That's what I grew up with. Billy Jack. What's cooking? What's cooking? Miramax, Joan. Oh, no, it's not Miramax. Trimark. Let's see. We will see Baseball's Hall of Fame. General's Mystery Date. I've heard of this one. Yeah, it's on DVD. The Silent Partner. Vestron release here. It's kind of obviously fucked up. John Candy, Elliot Gould, Christopher Plummer. What? And here comes the copyrighted music. The attack of the copyrighted music! This is an interesting little VHS I found here. It's all cut up and stuff, but the silent... I can't even read it now. The Silent Partner, I think it's called. Stay still, Mike. That one was a Vestron release VHS, so I was like, maybe it never made it to DVD or Blu-ray, but it did. And so I passed on it. Love and Death on Long Island, another one that I add to the stack. You'll see that I stack up a whole bunch of VHS here because there were tons that I never heard of that I wanted to look up. And once I looked them up, the vast majority of them were on DVD or Blu-ray. But I did end up picking a few up. Breaking the Rules, here's another cool one that very hard to find DVD. I'll sit, you guys will check out the end of the video to see what I ended up picking up in terms of the VHS stuff. Again, it wasn't a crazy amount of the stuff, definitely not compared to the amount of stuff that I put to the side here. So I'm like a maniac. I put like 20, 30 films aside. I think I only ended up going home with a few. Curtain Call, I don't know what that was. A lot of these I just never heard of. Girls' Night, Chris Christopherson there, my favorite girl. Set It Off on VHS. We ran into a copy earlier on DVD. Love that movie. I've got the Blu-ray, which is hard to find, for sure. Yeah, it's pretty interesting to see all these VHS here in the back of this store that I've been going to for years. I didn't know this place had more to it. Just the Ticket. That one I know made it to DVD, so I put it back quick. Silver Streak, Powder. Man, there's a movie that I watched in the 90s. Powder. Directed by Victor Salva from Jeepers Creepers fame. Rhapsody in Bloom. No clue what that is. Stealing Harvard, Training Day. Bunch of classics. The Lucky Texan. Don't know what that is. Restaurant. What do we have here? The Gathering. Highlander, The Gathering. On VHS. Restaurant. That one I had never heard of, but it did make it to DVD and stuff, so put that one back. Coming down here, we've got Chiefs. This is one that I recognized. I had to look it up to see what exactly it was. I forget, to be honest. I think it was some sort of a TV show pilot, if I'm not mistaken. Something like that. But nothing that I was too interested in. TV miniseries, there you go. Alright, well the copyrighted music has subsided for the time being, so we are back in effect. 1, 2, 3, push it back. And there's the copyrighted music again. And back to the overdub here. As you can see, the copyrighted music is torturing me. And we have... I missed the title. What is it? Here we have Cowboy, Roy Rogers looking kind of thing. No clue what it was. Head Over Heels, Nutty Professor. I used to have that at VHS back in the 90s. I loved that movie back in the 90s. Doesn't hold up for me very well. Seal Morning. Okay. Man, you see some of the weirdest shit on VHS. Joy in the Camp. Walking with Jesus. Sports bloopers. Homecoming, Texas. Gospel VHSs. Breaking Home Ties. Don't know what that was. Didn't interest me enough to look it up, clearly. And coming down here, we got No Boys Allowed. I don't know what the hell this is. Some sort of... I don't know. What do we have here? Fight for the Title. That one was not what I thought it was. I thought it was like an action movie or something, but it wasn't. Scent of a Woman, Jerry Maguire, Volunteers. We've got In the Spirit. That was one I looked up, but it was on DVD. Jonathan Slocum, my favorite guy. Jonathan Slocum. Ascati? No clue. Looks like some sort of safari movie. No idea. And coming over to the other side, we've got even more. I didn't even know that they had more until I walked around to the other side. I was like, holy shit. This place has a few VHS. The problem is they're priced weirdly. You know, some are like $5, some are $1, some are $3. It's all over the place. They have that weird pricing scheme where things get cheaper as time goes on, which is good, I think, but frustrating at points and confusing sometimes. We've got a few that I had to look up there. Jack, there's another film that nobody talks about. Mind Walk. Here's a really interesting one that never made it to DVD, so there's a spoiler. That's one I ended up picking up. And I thought this one looked pretty cool, very contemplative looking film. based on the work of Fritjof Capra, who wrote a book called The Tao of Physics, which is sort of blending Eastern mysticism with, well, physics. Gabby, here's another pretty interesting looking one. Interesting cast, interesting sounding story, don't know much about it. Edie and Penn? What was it? Edie and something? I'm too quick for my own good. You guys could pause it, of course, to see any of the titles. Let's see. What's this? Bamboo in Winter. This looked interesting at first. I noticed, I think that's no, it's not Toshido Mifune. It might have been on the back. I'm not exactly sure. But this is some Christian propaganda stuff. So I passed on that. Upon a further look, there you go, yeah, I end up putting it back. Battling for Baby? Tough Love for Lee Remick, Bruce Dern, Piper Laurie. Lots of weird stuff here on VHS, but that's why I look at the VHS, to find the weird, kind of off-kilter releases. Deadly Drifter there. And, you know, some of these I may have passed up erroneously. Maybe some of them never made it to DVD. Let me know if you see any that I put back on the shelf that did not make it to DVD in any country. Because I do have a region-free player, so I could play any DVDs. That's not the issue for me. I just like collecting VHS that never made the jump. I think it's for preservationist sake. I don't want any films lost, so I'll do my part. Here we have a bunch of like kids and educational garbage. The Recruit. I love seeing like late release VHSs. The Recruit, Mr. Holland's Opus. I remember watching that on VHS in the late 90s and being, holy shit, bored out of my mind. I was like 10 or 11 and my parents were watching it and they were bored. I was like, oh, this is almost over. I just want to watch The Terminator for the umpteenth time. Here we have more Disney releases here, or at least the big cloud-like cushiony boxes, you know. Iconic at this point. Restless Spirits. Out of Sight. There's another late VHS release there. Well, not really. That film's from like 97, 98. George! Some weird dog movie. I don't know. It's like a ripoff of Benji. Grey Eagle. Don't know what that was. Trees Lounge. That's the Steve Buscemi, what do you call it? Drom-com. American Anthem. Yeah, I'd never heard of that one. Looks like a romance kind of thing. 80s, 90s. Night in City. Really interesting one. Night in the City. Robert De Niro flick I had never even heard of before. Have you guys seen that one? Let me know about it. It's supposed to be a really solid performance, but I don't know much about the film. Vertical Limit. Eve's Bayou. Against All Odds. Soldier. I still Know What You Did Last Summer, which was cool to see on VHS. I would have picked it up if it was the original for the collection's sake. Or to sell. You never, I don't know, if the price is right. Flintstones, there's another 90s relic. That actually had a sequel called Viva Rock Vegas, which was equally as bad, if not worse. I'd say it was worse because it didn't have the same cast. And here we have Wings something or other. I'm not doing good at this. Wings something. Wings of Courage, I think it was, which looked interesting, so I put that to the side. Here we have just more weird releases. Gone Fishing. Recently realized that the DVD of Gone Fishing is out of print. Fetches a bit, $15-20, hard to find. The Beautiful People, The Beautiful People. It's a Marilyn Manson film here. No, I don't think it has anything to do with Marilyn Manson. Legally Blonde on VHS. There you go. And here we have Where the Day Takes You. This was one I had never heard of, again. So I put that to the side. The Paper. There's a film nobody really talks about. The Paper. I have it on a weird DVD. Back when, in the late 90s, mid-late 90s, when DVDs were first starting to get released, they released The Paper on like a CD jewel case thing. I have Princess and the Warrior and The Paper on those jewel cases since the late 90s, honestly. So, pretty funny relic. Hooked Up. And that's going to do it for all these VHS, man. I've got a ton to look up. All right, so we did pretty good at the second, whatever it's called, second fling. But I'll show you exactly what I picked up at the end of the video. I ended up with like 4 or 5 VHS that are either really, really hard to find on DVD or don't exist on DVD. So that was pretty cool. But for now, on to the next. All right, this is going to be my last Goldsboro stop here. I tried to check out the flea market that I've been to a few times. I had all those laser discs and movies and stuff, and they are closed down. I don't think they are even open anymore. Not vaccinated or high risk, we strongly encourage you to mask. Encourage doesn't force. I'm not wearing them. Excuse me, I'm sorry. How's it going?
Good, sir. How about you?
Pretty good, thank you. I don't have too many movies here. Untouchable. Heaven's War. It looks like all sorts of Dollar Tree shit. To the King. I think I have that. I've started logging all of my movies in an app called Libib or Libib. I don't really know how to pronounce it. It's Libib, so like library. Libib. Okay. Got a couple more down here. Let's see if that's going for anything. I'll check to see if that's going for anything. Alright, we're checking out the newish Goodwill. Let's see what they've got. It's a good sign. Shows me there's new stuff here. Yeah, these are all new. Ooh, Thunder. Hopefully they have the other ones. Thundercats. Hey. Actually, I still need that on Blu-ray. Parades End. I don't know what that is. Have to look at that. Looks like a period piece of some sort. Collection. Definitely could sell that. Hello, Damme. I don't know if I need that one. Love letter. These FHE Hallmark releases are usually fetching a bit. We'll check on that. Murder in Coweta County. Yeah, sometimes these Sterling releases fetch quite a bit. That one I might be interested in though. Andy Griffith and Johnny Cash. What a cast here. Interesting. This is a BBC one I don't have. Definitely take that. Alright, so far so good. Tarzan. That. What is this? God, this is a bunch of CDs. More Andy Griffith here. Just making sure I don't forget anything. Tycoon. Okay. Marty Robbins. My brother loves Marty Robbins. And it all stems from Fallout New Vegas. It's a song called Big Iron. I know some of you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, and this stuff looks like mostly the same that was here last week. Looks like they put all the new stuff down there. But actually, it's worth checking because, okay. This is in Spanish. Metallica DVD here? I don't know. Need to look into that. I'll be diligent and just make sure that they didn't stick any others in here. This is all the same stuff. Oh, actually, striptease. Yep, there's some new ones here. Oh, Thundercats. Yes. I don't have volume 2. one I have fond memories of, I'll say, from when I was a kid. I remember my parents went on like a night out or whatever, and my grandma was watching me, and I somehow snuck this movie in. I was probably like 10. It was the first boobs I ever saw on screen, I think. It was a good day. The Zodiac, yeah, I don't know much about that. We Fit Plus. Vacation sports, I don't know. It's worth checking though. Wow, I'm getting lucky here. Showgirls, I don't think Showgirls is fetching anything. Just Dance, sometimes those fetch a few. Princess Bride. Pride and Prejudice. Yeah, double check it. Wow, cleaning up. I'm liking this new Goodwill. Greatest Showman, you know. I might give that a shot. I like Hugh Jackman, so. License to Kill, and you know I'm aiming straight for your heart or art. Swap De Niro. Yeah, I do have this one. I think. Feels empty. Some hard to find ones here. Weird. Ooh, wow. Look at that. That's not easy to find. I was just talking about this with a friend. Shame. Ooh, yeah. Steve McQueen film. Not that Steve McQueen. New Steve McQueen. Director Steve McQueen. Wow. The remake? Yeah. Nice copy. DVD at least. Okie dokie. Yeah. Wow, okay. Let's see what I'm taking here. Bunch of stacks. And I almost missed the sequel to When a Stranger Calls on DVD here. This should fetch a few bucks. I'm gonna take another look here, but yeah, so far so good. These are all perfect. Alright, we're doing some nighttime thrifting in the Goodwill. Let's see what they got. Alright. Books. Okay. Let's see what we got here. I've been getting lucky at the Goodwills lately. Yep. That's saleable. And it's new. Hell yeah. Probably like 20, 30 bucks for that. Pumping iron. Out cold. What a title. Cool Modi Iced Tea Tongue Twister. Huh. Might have to. Soccer dog. Oh my god. Kill me. Kill me. Ooh. Dark half. Out of print. What is that? Meryl Streep film. Plenty. Oh yeah, I've heard of this. I might have it. More of the same. The Duke. 16 bucks. Is it on one disc? Jesus. More than meets the eye. Is that really the first 3 episodes? Jesus Christ. At least. Inked. I'll check it. You never know. Trial by Media. Huh. Some of these Starlight ones aren't easy to find. Full screen. I somehow lost my disc for this movie. Another copy. Needful Things? Yep, that's out of print too. That is not an easy one to find. No, Jack City. Toonstein. It's like a mixture of Tutankhamun and Frankenstein. What is this shit? Huh. I don't know. Lucy Show, Ant-Man, Wasp. Maybe like that. I don't know. We'll see. Bedazzled, that Blu-ray is out of print. DVD too, but it doesn't fetch anything. Not nearly as much as the blue. Tristan and Isolde. Okay, we're doing so far so good here. These I've seen. These I don't think I have. Beyond Borders. Full screen. Immediately put it down. There's workers in the midst. Don't want to be too obvious here. Even though everybody that works here probably knows that I do this. There's a bunch of shit over here. A bunch of doubles and stuff. Look at this. What the fuck? That's my stack so far. Let's see what we got over here. Loving Alright. Yeah. Okay. An unfinished project. What is that? Some sappy looking drama. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 copies of The House Bunny. If only this was out of print. I'd be a rich man. Holly Hartley. This fucking shelf is giving out any day, and I know I'm gonna be the one to put the finishing touch on it, because that's just my luck. A Warrior's Heart. Kellen Lutz. Weird Disney non-release. A feel-good film. See it. Watch it with your family. I swear an AI writes these fucking blurs. Not even human. Heaven and Earth. I fetched some Tommy Lee Jones, Oliver Stone, flick here. My god. Why can't these be out of print movies? Oh my god, Lazarus of Chivalry? What? It's a John Wusha film here. John Wusha film. Huh. I have it in the Celestial Pictures release, but still pretty cool. Visual effects. Force Walker. I don't know what that is either, to be honest. Lord. I think I have this one actually. Let's see if it's fetching anything. Oh. Show Factory. Chuck Norris, yeah. Somebody had a decent collection. I only feel like this is part of it though. I'm hoping they have more stuff that'll be rolling out over the next few days. I mean, I'm grateful for what I found, obviously, but I feel like this is not the full collection, y'all. Legion of Superheroes. This looks extra kitty. I don't think that's something I'm interested in. Unless one of you guys, James, out there says it's worth it. Ooh, School Days. Spike Lee picture. Another 78 copies of Joker. And Molly Hartley. Carlito Flea. High School Musical. Phenom. Alright, now this is getting Looking into the stuff that I've seen. Anything down there that's been moved. Loving more. What is this garbage? Jesus. Hustle. Tom Sizemore's Pete Rose. What? Bogdanovich. Huh. Get out of here. The Undefeated. Closing soon. I gotta hurry my ass up. I'm getting down to the nitty gritty here, though. I don't think there's gonna be anything behind. Bunch of Terminators movies there. Just rewatched T2 for the umpteenth time. Still a perfect movie. That's so funny. I just found Volume 4 recently. Oh no, is this 4? Yeah, maybe it was Volume 3 I found. Not easy to find, apparently. Montana Sky. These Nora Roberts ones sometimes. State of Play. That's one I've been wanting to check out. Wait for the blue. Hellbound. You don't see that every day. Chuck. Of course I have it. Man. Getting lucky at the Goodwills. It's about time. I haven't had a day like this in a while. I hit 2 Goodwills and they have a fat stack of movies each. Savage Man Genion. They're the only decent, like, slim case ones. Weird, I just ran into some Genion releases at the Dollar Tree. Okie doke. Wow. Well, got some discs to check. Man, we getting lucky at the Goodwills today, baby! On to the pickups. Alright guys, so we did pretty good today. I've got these separated out between the ones I'm selling and the ones I'm keeping. So let's dig in. So first I'm going to give you a nice scan here of the stuff that I bought to sell. All these I either have or am not interested in. So Dark Half, Needful Things, a couple nice out-of-print ones I found. Last Hurrah for Chivalry, this one I want to compare with my Celestial Pictures, see which one's longer, which one's a more uncut version. You know, compare, contrast. I'm sure the Celestial Pictures one looks better, better transfer. I'm About It, I have on DVD, so I'm getting rid of that VHS, which is fetching a bit. Fan of the Opera. You know, all these are $10 to $15 movies for the most part. A couple of them maybe like $8, $9, and I'll make a few bucks on them. But Liberty's Kids, this I just sold for $45. I got this for, I don't know, $1 or $2. Soylent Green is one of the Blu-rays I got at Second Fling. Same thing with this, was behind the counter. Same thing with this Deepwater Horizon Steelbook. I'll be getting rid of SmackDown vs. Raw to sell. And Endless Summer 2. 2 copies of Endless Summer 2. So that's all the stuff, pretty much all the stuff I am selling. There are a few that I picked up in the video that I've already gotten rid of, traded to the bookstore or to pawn shops, whatever it may be. But this is the stuff that's currently going up on eBay. Sorry, and so is this stuff. I forgot this little stack here. All stuff I have or am not interested in. Again, the Mad Bomber I did end up having. Seduced, doesn't quite look like my kind of thing. Erotic kind of thriller thing. Juniors, fetching a bit. Buddy Holly story. Just Dance. Yeah, these aren't anything crazy, but definitely will make a few bucks on them, no doubt. And let's start taking a look at the stuff I am keeping. So starting here with Grind. This one's a little grimy, but that's okay. It's a skate movie from like the early aughts, I want to say. I've never seen this. I'm interested in this kind of stuff, sort of like a coming-of-age, you know, comedy, drama comedy, whatever it might be. I don't know much about this, so I'll check it out. 3 Days to Vegas. Never even heard of this. It's got a pretty solid cast of old, you know, Hollywood legends, I suppose. Some of them are Hollywood legends. Some of them are not so much. But hey, I like all the actors involved. I don't know much about this, so we'll check it out. Class Action. A lot of these I haven't seen, guys, which is a good thing, you know, because I like watching movies I haven't seen. Gene Hackman, Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio. I always have to slowly pronounce her name. And this is just like a political thriller, or at least a court drama. So directed by Michael Apted, which is a good sign. So yeah, we'll give this one a shot. The Postman Always Rings Twice. This is going for a bit, but I have never seen this. I didn't even know this movie existed. I thought the only one that existed was the one in the 70s, I guess, or early 80s with Jack Nicholson, I think. The Postman Always Rings Twice. I know nothing about this movie. January Man. This is a little crime comedy, I guess, from the late 80s. I have not heard many good things about it, but I want to give it a shot because I like the cast. Another Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio film here. Harvey Keitel, Danny Aiello, Rod Steiger, Kevin Kline, Susan Sarandon. So we'll give this one a shot. Escanaba in the Moonlight with Jeff Daniels. This is an early 2000s, I think 2001 comedy. I know nothing about this, but I like Jeff Daniels, especially in comedies. Now, this little run here was really cool to run into at the little Pink Flamingo thrift shop or whatever it was. I need to swap out some of the cases. Some of these have stickers on the artwork, unfortunately, but they're all in great shape, so... And they're hard to find movies, so I can't complain. Nightfalls on Manhattan. This one seems pretty cool. I don't know much about it, but it's directed by Sidney Lumet, or LeMay. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce his surname, but he's a great director. Before the Devil Knows You're Dead, Network, if I'm not mistaken. Just so many great films. So Nightfalls on Manhattan will probably be another good one. Children on Their Birthdays. This seems like a period piece, coming-of-age period piece. Don't know much about it. China Moon, again, don't know much about it, but I love Madeline Stowe, really like Ed Harris, so we'll give this one a shot. As you can see, all these were like $1 or $2. Tender Mercies, Anchor Bay release here. This one seems like a straight drama about a struggling musician or something like that. From the 80s, this one is. I think it is 82. So very nice. Lady and the Duke, a period piece here. Don't know much about it. Benedict Arnold. This is another historical period piece with Kelsey Grammer and Aidan Quinn, it looks like. Don't know much about this. I know a bit about the history behind Benedict Arnold, but not. I haven't seen this film here. So, Running Mates. This is a comedy that is supposed to be pretty good. I want to give it a shot. Early aughts, I want to say. 2000, yep, right on the brink. So, the year 2000 this came out, and I don't remember much about it, so... Give it a shot. That's the quote of the day. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. Orlando. This one's very out of print. Pretty expensive, too. Billy Zane, Tilda Swinton. This apparently has, like, fantasy elements. I don't know much about this, but it definitely has piqued my interest. Sally Potter directs this film. I like Tilda Swinton. Hey, I like Billy Zane, too, so we'll give this one a shot. Laurence Olivier, Henry V. This is from the 30s, man. No, 40s. 1944, Olivier, when he was young. He was acting such a long time, so I'm looking forward to checking this one out. Brighton Beach Memoirs, another very hard-to-find film, apparently. This one's fetching quite a bit, but I will be keeping it in the collection at least until I watch it, because it's a little 80s comedy I have never heard of with Jonathan Silverman, who seemed to be in a pretty nice run of comedies in the late 80s, early 90s. So, and my favorite being, of course, Weekend at Bernie's. But this is Neil Simon's Brighton Beach Memoirs, directed by Gene Saks. This one, guys, I can't even... Really, I don't know what the value on this one is. It's up there. I'd say $50-$60 from what I could tell. Very hard to find comedy here. Nathan Lane, another Neil Simon play, it looks like, directed by Richard Benjamin. Hopefully this one's good, because if not, I'll be flipping it for $50-$60. But I'm going to hold on to it for now, because it's very, very hard to find comedy. I don't know when. This is 2001. So even some 2000s films are getting really hard to find. The First Deadly Sin. It's a Frank Sinatra sort of, I think he's on the trail of like a serial killer, if I'm not mistaken. So a crime film, one of his later films, if I'm not mistaken. 1980, yeah, it's pretty late. I think he died in the early 90s. But let's see, directed by Brian Hutton. I don't know that name, but yeah, First Deadly Sin. I like the cover. Hopefully it's a pretty good crime thriller. Out of Africa I picked up. I don't know if this is going to be one I enjoy, but it's, you know, best picture winner, whatever. So we'll give it a shot. Here we have Have a Nice Funeral. This is actually one of the Sartana films. There we go. If you meet Sartana, this is the first sequel to If You Meet Sartana, Pray for Your Death, which is a spaghetti western. This is obviously another spaghetti western here, directed by Giuliano Carnimeo, and starring Gianni Garco, who plays Sartana. So yeah, this was kind of cool to run into at the Dollar Tree. The sequel to a spaghetti western. This one I will be selling just to fund the Blu-ray because they're about the same price. So this is Steven Kostanski, who is turning into one of my favorite modern directors. You know, after Psycho Gorman, he won me over. So this is hopefully going to be a nice return to the Leprechaun series. I hear the last one with the wrestler or whatever it was wasn't too good. So we'll give this one a shot. I'm hoping for good things. And we'll take a quick look at a few of the games I've picked up. A lot of the other ones I've sold off already and shipped out. But Midnight Club is staying in the collection. These were from, like, you know, the first haul I found, the video game haul where the guy hooked me up, let me know that he was bringing some stuff out. And, you know, it was a very generic, unfortunately, generic collection with a lot of, you know, AAA titles and sports games and racing games and stuff. But I do like the arcade racers here, so I snagged Midnight Club. Frogger, this is disc only, obviously. 3D platformer. I actually didn't have Grand Theft Auto 4, so I snagged that. And last but not least, Arkham City, which I had yet to play. I've been playing it, actually, because I was waiting to find a copy. And man, what a great game. You really feel like Batman, swooping in and out of the city, beating up bad guys, using all your detective equipment, and it is just a phenomenal game. I know I'm 14, 15 years late to the party here, but better late than never. I'm loving Batman Arkham City. It is an awesome game, and well worth the $5 I spent on it. Next, we'll take a look at the VHS that I ended up going home with that haven't made it to DVD, at least haven't made it to DVD in this country. I think all these never really made it to DVD anywhere. Mind Walk. One of the bad things about Second Fling is these stickers are really hard to get off, so I gotta do some, like, heat appliance or, I don't know, Goo Gone, something like that. I don't want to ruin the artwork, so I'll figure something out to get these stickers off. I'm sure you guys know good ways to get stickers off, as do I. If you know of any good ways to get these off of the VHS without damaging the artwork, let me know. Windex, Goo Gone, heat. I think like a hairdryer would do well. I'm not exactly sure. I don't want to ruin it more than it already is. It's, you know, a little rough. But Mind Walk, a film for passionate thinkers. Well, I'd like to think myself a passionate thinker. Liv Ullmann, Sam Waterston, John Hurd. Interesting cast. This is supposed to be a very philosophical sort of movie. It seems to be sort of like a day in the life of these people. I'm not exactly sure what this is all about, to be honest. So it's by the author of The Tao of Physics, which I've definitely heard of that book. Okay, so it's based on The Turning Point by Fritjof Capra. Okay, I've definitely heard of The Tao of Physics. I've not read it, but interesting. So yeah, this is going to be a very meditative, thought-provoking film, I think. Straight drama. It kind of leads you to believe it might be some sort of fantasy, but I don't think it is. Very cool to find this. Hard to find. Another one that never made it to DVD. Hard to find. Gabby. Robert Loggia. Another Liv Ullmann film. So I got a couple Liv Ullmann VHSs that never made it to DVD. Don't know much about this at all, guys. Night and the City. This made it to DVD, but not in this country. I'll hold on to the VHS for now. But Robert De Niro, you know, covered up by this sticker that's plastered on the front here. Robert De Niro, Jessica Lange, great cast. This is an early 90s De Niro film directed by Irwin Winkler, 92, that I've never even heard of. This one just went right under my radar. Seems like a nice little New York film here. Screenwriter's visits. Yeah, I don't know much about it. I don't even want to know much about it. But yeah, Night in the City. Hopefully it's a pretty underrated movie and good De Niro performance at least. Wings of Courage. This one's interesting. This was the first film filmed in IMAX 3D, as it is evidenced on the cover here. But apparently that is true. It's directed by French director Jean-Jacques Arnaud, who did a bunch of films, like a lot of dramas, a lot of romantic dramas, things like that. I don't think I've seen any of his movies. He's more diverse than I'm giving him credit for. It's funny because it has an Ed McKay sticker. I used to work at Ed McKay, this exact location. I was in charge of the movie department for 3 years. And then it landed at Second Fling, and now it's in my collection. This never made it to DVD. Hard to find. Not very valuable, but I couldn't really find the exact copy, to be honest. As you can see, it does have a quick appearance by Val Kilmer there. But this is cool as like a sort of a historical piece. I don't think it ever made it to DVD cool as well, so that is even cooler. Wings of Courage. And last, this one did make it to DVD, but that DVD is very hard to find, so I will be holding on to Breaking the Rules here. C. Thomas Howell, Jason Bateman, Jonathan Silverman again, Annie Potts. This is like one of them is dying, and they go on, one last road trip with the boys, and it's going to be a depressing sort of drom-com, but Miramax put it out, HBO video. Never heard of this film, so we will keep this one in the collection until I run across the DVD, which will maybe be never. You never know. Yeah, we got a couple more from the Dollar Tree here. The Machine. I'm not sure if I picked this up on screen. I think I might have. This is supposed to be a pretty cool movie. It looks good. It looks like it's kind of like Ex Machina, Blade Runner, it's going for kind of thing, but maybe some action thrown in there, like Equilibrium. Not exactly sure. It looks fun. Android kind of movie. Yeah, good ratings. We'll check it out. Ip Man Origins. This is not supposed to be very good, apparently. But it's an Ip Man miniseries, and I don't know. I want to give it a shot. I think it's like a Hong Kong miniseries, or I want to give this one a shot. It was $1. Why not? This one I found at the Goodwill. I couldn't believe it. The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I love collecting these Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde films from all eras of cinema. This is a late 60s version with the man, Jack Palance, directed by Dan Curtis, who would bring us a lot of the Night Stalker, Kolchak stuff, and Frankenstein TV movies. And he was just a great TV movie director, probably one of the best, honestly. The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So cool to find this at the Goodwill. MPI release. Parade's End, I can't read apparently, Rebecca Hall, Benedict Cumberbatch, HBO miniseries, period piece after World War I, don't know much about this. April Fools, this is an all-black version of April Fools, I guess, like a April Fool's slasher. I don't know if it's a remake or anything like that, but it's an April Fool's slasher as far as I can understand. All-black cast, so I'm interested in it. We'll give this one a shot. It's directed by Nancy Corman, directed and written by Nancy Corman. 72 minutes long, so it's nice and brief. We'll add it to the collection. We'll give it a shot. Hey, man, there aren't many all-black horror movies, so anytime I see them, I definitely pick them up. I'd love to do a video on them at some point. Ambush. This is a Serbian, I think it is. Serbian? War film. Unfortunately, it looks like it only has the English dub. Ugh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch that, honestly. I'm interested in a Serbian war film, but it's like, The Zodiac. This is a little crime thriller based on the Zodiac Killer, I think. Early 2000s, it looks like, or mid-2000s, yeah. Don't know much about this, didn't know it existed, but we'll add it to the horror crime collection. Hello, Dolly. I might get rid of this one. I'm not exactly sure. It's not really my kind of thing. Phantom of the Opera. Again, I love collecting, versions of Phantom of the Opera. This is a stage play version. Letterboxd has this really high in terms of its rating. I don't really watch many stage shows, especially cinematic ones like this, like cinematized stage shows, stage plays, Broadway plays. But this one, it's supposed to be one of the best plays ever, so we will definitely give this a shot at some point. Happy to find Steve McQueen film at the Goodwill. Not that Steve McQueen, of course, but this is a Shame. Don't know much about it, guys, but it's NC-17, so that's good. Greatest Showman. Hugh Jackman musical here. Based on, I think, Barnum and Bailey, like how that started, P.T. Barnum. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to like this. Musicals are hit or miss for me, but I do like Hugh Jackman. We'll give it a shizot. Murder in Coweta County. Look at that cast. Andy Griffith, Johnny Cash. That's why I got it. This one isn't fetching too much, so I will keep it in the collection. And check out this little TV movie directed by Gary Nelson. Very interesting. Hustle. Tom Sizemore as Pete Rose. I like a good sports movie, especially baseball, because I grew up playing baseball for a long time, 13 years actually. I love the game. Don't anymore, and that's okay. We change as we get older. But I still enjoy baseball movies, and Pete Rose was a very interesting story. I'd be willing to check this movie out, and you can't really form an opinion about Pete Rose based on this, but it'll be a good view into that world. Looks like an ESPN film, too. Look at Tom Sizemore as Pete Rose. Pete Rose, by the way, I think still holds the record for most hits, but it's compromised and has an asterisk now because he cheated, essentially. But I want to know the extent of that, and maybe the movie delves into it. 5 Savage Men. He cheated, meaning I think he bet on certain games and things like that. 5 Savage Men. This is I don't know, honestly. This is obviously a Western. I don't know where it's from. If it's spaghetti, it's 1970, so really early Western here. Not early Western, but you know what I mean. It's like right during the era that the spaghetti westerns were getting popular. I don't know anybody in the cast except, well, no, I do. Keenan Wynn and Henry Silva. Both actors that pop up, in a lot of things. That's Henry Silva right there. Actually, he was the villain in Code of Silence, Chuck Norris film. That's what he comes to mind. But he pops up in a lot of things. Next up, another slim case. Out Cold. This is has a few rappers in it. That's why I bought it. Ice-T, Kool Mo D, and Tiny Lister. Yeah, it's going to be shitty. Striptease. I told you a little story in the video about this being one of the first adult movies I had ever seen, and boy, it left an impression. I'll never forget Demi Moore's boobs in this movie. I really did like the movie, though. It was, even as a 10-year-old, the plot interested me, I will say, as opposed to all the nudity and stuff obviously interested me, because it was like, oh my gosh, what is this? My mom wasn't home, my grandma didn't care, and I was watching Striptease. It was pretty funny. I don't know if I've ever seen the unrated international version, though. So, yeah, this is a really good movie, really skeezy performances by Armand Desante. And, yeah, it has a lot to say. So I want to rewatch this movie and see if it holds up well. Now, this one I thought I was going to flip, but Meryl Streep collection here. This has a movie, Marvin's Room, and Music of the Heart, which is a Wes Craven film, the only really non-horror movie he ever did. So I'm selling my single version of that, and keeping this for Marvin's Room. It's a nice, condensed, succinct version here of 3 different films on one disc. They're all widescreen, so I'm fine with it. And The House of Spirits is the 3rd film. So I don't know much about Marvin's Room. I know Leo DiCaprio's in it, Robert De Niro's in it, and it's like an abuse sort of family drama. And then, yeah, so this is Meryl Streep collection. I am going to add this to the collection. Black Dahlia, another Dollar Tree pickup here from the director of The Boogeyman, a terrible 80s horror film dubbed by Uli Lomel, who just kept on making bad horror films. So Black Dahlia is probably one of them. Thunder, 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 cats, cats! Thundercats. Flor de Mayo. Flor de Mayo. This is Jack Palance, Pedro Armendariz, Maria Felix. This is a little romantic drama, I suppose, from like the late 50s or 60s. I'm not exactly sure, but I think it's a Spanish-American production. Maybe Mexican-American? I'm not exactly sure. I haven't looked into this one, guys. Restaurada y remasterizada digitalmente. So that just means restoration and remaster, digital restoration and remaster. Cozumel Classical Films. Yeah, I mean, this is just a weird release. I've never seen anything by this company, obviously, and it seems like an interesting flick. Good co-production here, so we'll give it a shot. There's another one I picked up called Angelitos Negros, which I couldn't find it somewhere in my piles to go through in there. But yeah, that was another Mexican drama that I picked up, which was released, I think, by Warner Brothers or Universal, some big studio. I thought that was pretty cool. Ocean Giants, BBC Earth. Now, this is interesting because it's in a DVD case here, but it looks like it has a Blu-ray. So I will take it, and a DVD. I love marine biology. I love all biology, all life on Earth, and science is a big part of my life, so give it a shot. This one, Walker Texas Ranger, was behind the counter on clearance for $2.45. 3rd season, I will take it. This is, believe it or not, my first Walker Texas Ranger DVD collection here. I grew up with the show, watching it every week for many years. Loved it. And then we would watch Martial Law with Sammo Hung and Arsenio Hall. Great stuff. Great time in the 90s. And I start collecting the Walker Texas Ranger one so I could rewatch these one day. Can't wait. And last, but probably not least, is World War II in HD, The Air War. This is just going to be a bunch of aviation footage. Obviously, it looks like it's colorized, too, which is interesting. So, yeah, The Air War, History Channel. I love collecting History Channel stuff. I read tons of history. I watch tons of history, listen to stuff, podcasts, and I'm always trying to learn more about history because I do think it's one of the more important things that we could learn. So that's going to do it for all of these movies, guys. Holy crap. Look at all of these. This is probably the longest thrifting I've ever done. I don't know how long it's going to be, at least an hour and a half. So pretty amazing pickup today. I think I did pretty well. That's gonna do it for this Thriftin video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel and want to see more videos like it, go ahead and subscribe, as well as the little bell for notifications. I'd love to know what you guys have picked up lately, so feel free to leave that down in the comments below. We can get a little discussion rolling. And I have a Patreon, t-shirts, links are in the description below. Thank you so much to all my Patreon supporters. You guys are incredible and awesome. Thank you for your support. Check those links down in the description below if you so please. Anyway, guys, I will see you all next time. Bored Cyborg is out. Goodbye.